Cadella. It's way more fun to learn when you're playing a game. Today we'll meet Badgeville. Their technology platform might be the answer to changing behavior through the use of what they call gamification. Welcome Adena DeMonte. Hi Adena, and welcome to Cadella.
Hi.
So Badgeville's technology platform is used to measure and influence user behavior or influence a business's customers and employees. How does that work?
So great question. Basically what we do is we have a platform that enables behavior lifecycle management, which is a big term, but basically what it means is that we help companies measure and influence behavior by tracking what users are doing on the site in real time and then offering ways to surface that behavior and reward that behavior also in real time. So you're getting an experience as a user that's engaging. You can be earning points and levels and status in the community. And then the company at the same time can be watching for who's actually a real fan of that program or who's doing the behavior that they would like to see their users doing.
So essentially you're using games here. So how can incorporating games help the businesses reach their goals?
Sure. So we don't like to think of it as games exactly. We're taking game mechanics. So we like to look at it in three different buckets. We have game mechanics, reputation mechanics, and social mechanics. And each of these different mechanics help companies reach their goals. Game mechanics definitely come from the game world. So when you think of points and levels, leaderboards, leveling up in the program, all those things can help companies reach their goals by driving user behavior. You know, I talk to a lot of people and they like to say, oh, I don't like to be gamed. I don't want to be, in a situation where I'm actually being influenced to do something by games. And we don't like to think that we enjoy that, but actually when you think about anything from an airline loyalty program where you're earning levels and status by traveling on the same airline over time, or an online program, maybe you're in an online review community where you're getting something like elite status for contributing frequently. These are all game mechanics or reputation mechanics that are influencing your behavior. And these are things that if you break those down even more and you start rewarding for specific behaviors, you can actually create a program that influences what you want to do on the site. It isn't a negative experience. It's something that becomes natural as part of that interactive experience and just encourages you to do those specific behaviors that maybe the business would like you to do, but it's not something that you don't want to do to begin with.
How can that increase traffic on websites for businesses?
Sure. So a lot of it is we're looking at our customers. We have customers really across the board from big technology companies like Samsung, EMC, CA Technologies, and then we have customers in the media space, in the fitness and education spaces, retail spaces, really very wide variety of customers. But ultimately what this does is it increases time on site. It increases the amount of contributions to your experience. So if you have an online community and you want to get people sharing, you want to get people engaging with each other, it increases that. It also increases social sharing. So say you want to get people to be sharing links about a new product or watching a video about something that you just put out and sharing that. It also increases the amount of times your users are doing that. So we're seeing anywhere from 20% to 200% increases in behavior, and in some cases we actually have over 1,000% increases in these behaviors through using these mechanics. So they are proven to work across the board in all these very diverse communities and experiences. And it all comes down to just really rewarding your users and recognizing them for what they're doing on your site.
So essentially what you're doing then is turning social actions into dollars for companies, right?
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely in the long term and a lot of times in the short term, it is directly equated to dollars. And of course, that's what we want. We want ROI. We want to be helping companies reach their goals. In some cases, we're working with companies that are looking at increasing employee collaboration and actually getting their employees to use software that's sitting there unused or underused and getting them to use those software applications even more. So you have something like a CRM system where you're on the back end, you're managing the customers that you have and your sales team has managed them and they're trying to sell more. Well, maybe you can add game mechanics in there, surfacing the team members that are using the software correctly and then actually getting them to use it correctly, so your investments in the software is not going wasted. I know that seems like it's totally on a different side of the world from this customer loyalty gamification programs on your website, but actually isn't. We look at it as this cohesive picture of basically everyone, whether they're your employee, the customer, a partner, everyone's this user in your ecosystem of rewards and engagement, and you want to be able to drive behavior across that whole community. It's not just about your customers or just about your employees or just about your partners. It's really about everyone being important to you.
What would you say the target market for these programs would be?
So when it comes to, the audience for this, who is actually using it, the answer, it's easy answer for me to say, but the truth is it's everybody. It really depends on how you deploy it. So we have 6 different frameworks. We call them our gamification frameworks, but they go from everything from a competitive experience, which that's kind of what people think a lot of times when they think of gamification. They're thinking of people competing to be number one in the community. And that is a common use case for gamification. And, that tends to be maybe a little bit more masculine. And there's communities where that does really well. But there's also communities where you have collaborative experiences, where basically everybody wins, where everybody can earn status and reputation in the community. And that could be a community of 40-something women or researchers that are looking to all help each other collaborate and get to a common goal. So across the board, we're seeing these mechanics being used. It just depends on the psychology of the audience and really using the correct ones for that audience.
Well, Adena, it's been great talking with you today. It sounds like you're doing some really interesting things, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with next.
Thanks so much. I appreciate your time. And if anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me directly at adena@badgeville.com. That's ADENA@badgeville.com.
For more information on Badgeville and other companies that we'll be talking to, go to our website at cadella.com.